Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today we're going to be doing the next 4 stages, stages 79 to 82 of the Fanhome release. A build your own R2-D2. So up to stage 82, that means there's 18 stages left. And if you remember what we've done last time is we did the internal body frame there. And as you can see here, we also did the tool tray on the other side of one of the body frames. Now we're going to be continuing with the body frame today, the internals and the externals. We're also going to be playing with some electrics, so that's going to be fun. That's the last stage of this pack. Now it's also a good time to mention that not only is the link in the video description where you can get this from, but it might be a good time to start thinking about buying your batteries for this. You're going to need 6 18650 batteries. They need to be unprotected. Big thing, unprotected. Button top with at least 2,800 milliamps of power. Now I have put a link in the video description of that where you can get them from in the UK, and I've also put a link where you can get it from in the US as well. But if you just type those specs into your Google in your territory, you should be able to find them. But now's the time to probably get them, because the next time that we're going to use them, or when they come, we're actually going to be priming the batteries ready to go in this beast. So it should be fun. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Look at this, this is what I have to deal with today. Just as I'm about to start building, this comes crawling across. So I'm going to have to get Mrs. Wildwayne to help me because I can't stand spiders. Whew. And after that drama was over, we can go to where we need to be on this magazine. So as you can see, today we're going to be assembling the framework. So we're going to be doing a little bit more on the framework just in stage 79. So stage 79 is all here. It does come with some screws, and I'll try and let you know what screws I'm actually screwing in as we go along, because I'm aware in this build it's pot luck. Okay, so first thing we need is these 2 metal bits here, which are going to go in here, and we need to clamp them together. Now we are going to be putting those in. So we're going to be putting that in with 2.5 times 6mm screws. Now in the pack of screws that come in this pack, you'll see 2 long length screws. One of them is 8mm. One of them is 6mm. It's the 6mm one that we want first. So I'll get these in. One this side. Perfect. And just one on the other side there. Excellent. Then we're going to be bringing over the frame. And in similar to what we've done just on this side here, this one's just going to go on this side here. But this time we're going to be using those longer ones, which are the 8mm screws. I'm just tightening this up, but that's the last one going in there. Perfect. So now both of those are in place just like that. Now we've got one more rod to put in. This is what the rod looks like. Again, we're going to need one of these 8mm screws, and that's these silver ones here. That's just going to go into the back. So I'll get the screw in first, hold that with my finger, and then just rotate this round on top. That will ensure that that's going in straight all the way until that's fixed into position just like that. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So this is stage 80 here. Again, I'm going to turn all the way to the back, and as you can see, we're going to do the front body panel and some details. Now this one has got a circuit board, and we've got the buttons as well, which are going to do different functions when we're not using the app, which is quite handy, so you can use it without the app. So getting all of these bits together here, putting these buttons on like that, quite a bit to do in this one, putting the backboard on, so by the end of it, it's going to look just like that. So as you can see, this is everything that comes in that pack. There's absolutely loads, and the first thing I need is this little trim panel, which we're going to be putting in first. Now that's going to go just into the top section of this massive front section here with the lip at the top. And that's held in by 2.3 times 6mm self-tapping screws. They're the black screws with the spaced out threads looking like that. They came in the last pack. So one in this side. Perfect. And just one in the other side there. Turning this back round, we've got a panel down the bottom, which is going to take this little detail, and it is going to go this way round. So when that's in, it can only really go one way. It's not going to fit the other way. Just slot this into the holes so it fits flush in there. Turn that over, and then once again, the 2.3 by 6mm screws that we just used are going to hold that in. That's one. and 2. In a similar way, we've got this little detail going in. Now, if I just turn this upside down, you see we've got an arrow at the bottom. That needs to face between that notch there. So it's going to be going in that way, but from the front. So that way there, with the arrow pointing in the notch there. Then we've got the back of that panel, which looks like that. And again, you can see that same notch there, which is going to go over the top of this, making sure the notch is in that little section there, holding that in. And then once again, one of those black 2.3 times 6mm screws to hold all of that into place. Nice and tight. Perfect. There you go. That's that detail in there. We're then going to take all of the switches here. Now these can only go in one way because this little section here is going to fill that notch just there. So if you line the notch up first, the buttons are all going to fall into place where they're going on there. Once again, our screw of choice, the 2.3 times 6mm black screw. We haven't deviated from that yet. That's going to hold the base of those switches in place. Just put that to one side because we're just going to work on this circuit board now. I'm going to get all the parts out for that. And the first thing I want to check is that every button clicks when I press it, which is perfect, so that works good. Let's undo this wire. Now this ribbon wire needs to be plugged in first, so just plug it in this side, make sure it's in the right way, and push that in. Now make sure that that goes all the way down, which it has. It should fit flush in there. We're then going to take the holder for this circuit board, and you can see we've got holes in the bottom. We're just going to line them up with the circuit board there. So the holes will have screws put in these, and once again, 2.3 by 6mm black screws. Now it's going to take 3 of these. So I will get these all in. You also want to make sure that there are 2 ends here which clip in, so that should fit in nice and flush like that. There shouldn't be any gap around the circuit board and the edge of that case. Now on the back of this section we do have this metal bracket that we're about to put in. That can only go in one way because we have got a centre hole just there, and we need to screw that in here with again the black self-tapping screws. Again, 2 of them this time. So one this side and just one on this side here. And then bringing over where the circuit board is, we're going to be putting this whole thing into place. So it's actually going to go in this way with the higher bracket going on top here, the lower bracket going on the bottom. Just want to line up all the buttons, so when I press them you can see they're all going to activate. And I'm going to screw this in with, you guessed it, but this time there's no difference. We've got the 2.3 by 6mm screw. So get these in. One this side and just one at the top here. So there you go. I'm going to check these switches again. Now this is what they're going to do. The top one is patrol mode on off. The second one is arms in and out. The third one is lightsaber up and down. The fourth one's pair mode, where we connect it to either the Wi-Fi or direct connect to your mobile app. The 5 is switch connection mode, whether it's going to be, as I said, between those modes. And the 6th one is the power on off button. That's the last one there. But that is all there is to do in that stage. So stage 81. Just turn to the back. Nice easy one this is. We're going to start doing the top ring here. So by the end of it, it's just this arc that we've got here. So this time, once again, if I have all the numbers facing up, I'm going to put these together kind of how they go. So that one's going in that side. This one's going in this side. And then these rings are just going underneath here. You get the idea. And then we're going to be putting those together with 2 times 4mm screws. They're the little silver ones again, which came in the pack, or in the stage at the start of this pack, just through the top there. And get these all in. And there you go. That's all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack, stage 82, there's loads to do and it does involve testing electric. So let's go into this. We're going to be doing another little compartment for the front of the R2 unit. Once we've got that in, and we're going to install that into the main body that we've been working on in the gap that you can see there. We're then going to be putting one of the sensor arrays in. Once we've got all of that in, we're going to be testing the sensor array, and we're going to be doing that all here. Absolutely loads to do. So I always find with these stages, be methodical, have everything laid out, ready to go. All the screws are there. Let's do this. So the first two sections we need is the cap and the compartment tray, looking just like that. Now I have got a bracket to put in between these hinges here. Silver bracket. It's just going to push in like that there, and it's going to be held in with a 2x15mm screw. Now that comes in this pack. You're not going to miss it. It's ginormous, as you can see there. It's going to go in through this top side and then through everything, and then I just need to screw that into place. So we've now got this little hinge on. We now want to take the little inner compartment and we're going to actually just secure this, what we've created, into the hole just in there. So I'll get this in. This is going to be a little bit tricky. Got to make sure it sits all the way in there. Perfect. I think I've got that. And it's going to be held in with one of those 2.3x6mm black screws. Checking that's nice and flush in there. And that it closes okay, like that. Perfect. We can take this whole thing, put it to one side, because now we're going to be doing this section. Once again, I've got the cap for it, but I've also got some more little hinge attachments, 1 and 2 to go in as well. Now these little hinge attachments, looking like that, are going on the outside of this little hook there, held in with these black 9mm screws. Again, these came in that pack. So I'm going to get these in from this side. That's screwed in all the way. It should be free to pivot like that. Do the same on the other side. Through that section there. And into the hook. So that's those two in. And then similar to what we done last time, we're just going to drop the ends of these hinges into these two square holes here and here. Get them in. Make sure they're lined up correctly. Gravity should be able to help me here. And tweezers. Hold that down. So that's in. And now once again I'm going to secure those in with once again the black 2.3x6mm screws. And there you go. They're both in like that. This should open and close. No problems at all. Excellent. So bringing over this panel here, this one is going to go into this side like that. And the other one we created up here is going to go into this one. Oops, get this round the right way. Like that. I need to turn these over and hold these into place. You've guessed it, they're held in by the 2.3x6mm screws. So 2 in this side for the smaller one. And then another 2 for the larger one. And they're in perfect. And as you can see, you can open them out. One there and one there. We can put that whole thing to one side because we're going to work on the sensor now. So for the sensor, quite a few sections here, which is pretty much everything that's left in this little bit of plastic. And the first thing I want to do is just put these frames into the outside frame there. So when we put these frames in, there is actually a way that they're going to go. And that is the one that's got the 4 little fins on is going to go into the bottom. And the one that's got the 3 is going to go into the top. So if you turn it over, you see you've got a notch down the bottom there. Nearest to that notch should be the 4 fin. And then on top of it, the 3. They're all going to be put in with the screw of choice for this build. 2.3x6mm screws. So that's 2 on each side. Now the fun starts. We've got 2 sensors here. I am going to Shall I take off? I will take off these little wire things on both of them. And I'm going to be slotting these sensors just through this frame here. So one's going in this side. Put the wire all the way through. And that's just going to go in there like that. And do the same with the other one. And make sure they're fitting nice and flush like that. Now you remember that notch I just showed you on this frame? We're going to put that over the top of this now, which is going to hold those sensors into place. So make sure that this notch here fits into the notch at the bottom. So then that's fit nice and flush in there like that. Now this one's held in slightly different. It's a 6mm screw, but this time the screw's got a flange on it. This came, I believe, in the last pack, which looks just like that. That's just going to go down the centre here. So the sensor assembly is looking just like that. Now, we're going to be testing this. So we need our test boards, which look like this. This one like that, going into this one like that. Making sure that this orange and yellow lead's coming from this side. And it's going into the very end one of this one here. And then this blue and yellow one on this side should be going into the one next to it there. Now, on this board here, we're going to be plugging both of these sensors in. So, one in here, and one next to it in this one here. All I need then to do is just to plug in the power, which I've got here. Make sure that's off before I put that in. That's going into this slot just here with the ones with the buttons. So get that one in. That's looking pretty good. And then hopefully you can see this on the top camera, but at the moment there's no lights on this circuit board here. But if I was to bring one of the magazines in front of this sensor, watch what happens. Can you see that on the top camera? As a matter of fact, I'll use my hand. I think that's the best way. So, clear open space in front of those sensors, but then when I put my hand in front, the yellow light comes on. So that sensor's working absolutely perfectly. So because we know that works, we're just going to put the sensors now into the main body here, just like that. Held in on the other side with 4, you guessed it, 2.3 by 6mm screws. So get all these in. So that's what it should look like when it's all in, and that is all there is to do in that stage, all there is to do in that pack. Quite a lot of work just on that one panel there. It's looking good. I think in the next one we're probably going to be putting these arms in. That can be a bit tricky, but that will be coming in the next pack. Hopefully I can talk you through that one. But as I said, sensors work, all the buttons work. I don't know if you can hear them clicking, but there you go. I love that stage. That was quite a good one. Once again, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put the link down here in the video description. You can get this all the way from pack 1 from Fanhome. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.